It's Lagos Night Out.
Hi guys, you're welcome to another episode of the Lagos Night Out podcast. I'm Lami B, and with me is the one and only Mr. Sunday at Ilashe, Mr. King of Beach Parties,
Does your boyfriend
M to the second M, Micheal Mayowa. Welcome on board, Maji.
Thank you.
So, and we also have the one and only Ngozi, the content queen. Come on, we're here for you. And yeah, that's my co-host, Praise. How far now?
Hi guys.
How you doing today?
Good. So welcome back to another episode of Night Owl Podcast here on Fire Radio. And we're going to talk about something today. Nigerians in diaspora. Yeah. So
we're gonna go there.
Yeah, this is gonna be huge. This is gonna be a whole lot of things to unpack. If the English is correct. Anyway. Unpack. Because there's always this feeling when you go into a club or lounge or any nightlife event and you see some certain kind of people, and then there's just this vibe around them. There's just this aura that they have. And you just wonder, they are not from here.
Is
and
the aura freedom, Michael?
The way you see the way Michael is
See,
even looking at it.
I actually want to understand what you're saying. So go ahead.
He knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm
I
talking
mean, that was a very strong word.
Yeah. There's just this presence about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way they carry themselves. I'm not saying they're proud though. I'm
Okay.
not saying the way they vibe.
We
is
just know that this one
different.
is IJGB.
Yeah,
all
like
this-
you ain't from here.
You
We're
ain't
Like,
from over
right?
here.
it's like
IDAN
even
gang,
sometimes
right?
it's good and bad. It's like sometimes you see the fresh skin. Like there's a bit of freshness in them. And when I say freshness, it's not like people here aren't fresh, aren't swaggy. But when I say freshness, like struggle hasn't really hit you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because even somebody that's doing well here, we're all in the same country.
Yeah.
We're all going to feel the effects of something.
Yeah.
Even
So
if
it's
you
in
have a
your
range,
face, it's showing
even if
on
you
your
have a
face,
Range Rover, guess what? You're still going to be in traffic with everybody.
Yep.
Sun is still going to hit
Yep.
you. But some of them that just come, you're like, damn, you just like looks like there's no problem on you right now. Like
Everybody just chill.
soft touch.
Yeah,
I think there's a-
I just got
I
back.
just got back.
I think there's a different skin glow.
yeah,
You just know that this
You
one
know.
is from
If it
the
makes you
UK.
feel better, the mosquitoes will attack us. They will not attack you for dirty December. They will attack us with our
Why
Why would they
Sorry.
attack you?
Because
your
they
body
fresh
is-
skin.
the thing is, they attack us, but we're just used to it at this point. It's just like,
Yep.
again, okay.
So
Like,
your blood is sweeter, in short. Already they started segregating. Anyhow, let's not. See, I'm here to shake the table. Don't worry. Like, so there's just this thing. You just see them vibing, and I'm not saying they're proud, but we locals just see that be looking. What's wrong with this one? Like, the way they are dancing, they know all the cool moves. They're just bopping.
all the grind.
What's going on here? Can we join you guys? And I'm not. You know what? I have questions to ask, but because this one is personal to me, right?
I was about to say, you can hear the passion in this
Yeah.
guy's voice. Like, I've been waiting to just let this out.
Someone did not let you join their table.
I'm
Oga.
telling you, let's join your table, right? The way they like, who is this one? Please, we just go back. Okay, these are anyhow.
It's different. But I have one question for Mr. Sonorewo. What do you think the IJGBs look out for when they come? Like,
What do you mean? To be honest, all of them just want to have a good time like everybody, because honestly, they can't live the life they live here at home.
why not?
They know why. But, I mean, let's be honest.
know
First
why.
off, I mean, society...
I did get inside.
No. I mean, obviously, if you look at... Okay, let's look at two biggest countries that most people come from, which are probably the United States and the UK. Starting from the UK now, most times it's cold there. You only have summer for 3 months, while the rest of the time is cold and a lot of people are indoors. You come to Lagos now, that freedom of, I can just go out every day. That freedom that there are no rules. Because in a Western society, there's many more repercussions for even the little things you do. There are more laws in place. There are more rules. Here, there are rules and laws in Nigeria, obviously, but there are no rules and laws, if that makes sense.
Lawless.
If you know, you know. So it's like there's an extra sense of freedom you have.
yeah,
Like,
that they have.
I can just do whatever. And some people, like I say, it's also the fact that, let's be honest, you've left your responsibility. All of us that live here, we still have a good time every single time. That's why sometimes we try and advocate for people to say, it's not just dirty December, you people need to come, by the way. There's January to November. But for us that live here, we still have responsibilities of surviving every day. Them, that 1 month, what do they
They
care
want to
about?
do it. They want to do everything.
Guy,
they can.
what do they care about? Their responsibilities back home when they travel.
Yeah.
So
Like, no wonder I have like IJGB friends that come and they want to go all out. They are not.
They want to go everywhere.
Everywhere.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Every
Thursday,
day.
Friday.
Yeah.
I always tell my friends, I'm like, look, you guys will come here, call me. Oh, she got everything. I live here. You forget,
You
like,
don't get-
I've been out. 2, December is probably like my busy. Like this Christmas, I didn't even have a break. I was just out every day, work, planning. So when I see all my friends out, obviously there's a bit of jealousy. I can't like, because you're like, oh, I want to enjoy.
Wish.
But then at the same time, you have to really just sit back and say, wait.
You live here.
After when they
From
go,
January to even right before you came, I day out. I'm at Obi's house. I'm at this place every day. And then you are now coming. And then because I see all of you out. And the worst part is, what's funny is what people don't talk about is that I can't lie. I don't like actually going out when all the IJGBs are here.
Why?
It's too packed. Is in terms of, for example,
So you don't like going out in December then? Really?
Exactly,
Because that's
because it's
when
December.
that's the time that you're
pretty much
referring
then.
to. Yeah.
I mean, no, there was, don't get me wrong, there was a point
there's also
I
April.
enjoyed
They
it.
come around April.
When I was an IJGB now, of course I enjoyed it. Like I said, me, I'm here for freedom, even if it's packed that day. But living here that even some nights when nobody's here, it's packed already. Then you now come. It's now triple packed.
Triple packed.
Not even double.
When I
Triple.
went to W Bar that one
But it
night
seems like
in-
you're complaining is a good thing for promoters. You're saying that's what promoters want to hear, that their clubs are packed.
Yeah, money's made. Like W Bar now, what were you going to say now?
When I went to W Bar, so I went actually one night before everyone come back. I mean, I don't consider myself IJGB now because I travel back and forth, but probably prior to 2018, I would be considered one. But I went to W Bar one night for my friend's birthday. It was just regular nights. People were out beginning December, right around maybe Christmas time. We went to W Bar. They've now collected W Bar into MTN Center.
Mm-hmm.
They now have tables
It's always been like that.
inside
It's always been like that.
of
It's been like that,
W
though.
Bar, like inside the MTN building at that rate. I just said, is this the same W Bar I was at 2 weeks ago?
Yep, welcome to Dirty December.
It was a lot. It was a, and it's
space
almost.
for on top water now.
It was a lot. It was a lot to deal with. And I only like dating December because for me, who comes back and forth, I don't have much friends in Lagos. So when my friends come, it's like you said, every night they want,
Going
what's
out.
popping tonight?
What's going
popping
on?
tonight?
Yeah. That's
But
the question, actually.
Also to think about though, when you said why do they always want to come back? Maybe something we all don't really think about, but do you know white people have their vacation homes? During the same cold winter time,
Mhm.
they go to Florida, they go to whatever beach, they go somewhere for 2 weeks and 1 month, whatever. Black people have never really had that.
Mhm.
So now that they've discovered they can now travel to Nigeria, they can travel to Ghana, they can travel somewhere in Africa. They're like, December, remote job, money. I'm going.
Yes, but let me ask a question now with what you just said now, because you said they just discovered, but we've been here since.
The reason they discovered is
They didn't know
because
their roots before.
well, there's two things. And tell the truth, because you and me grew up around the same, but so tell the truth. How many times you went to Nigeria before 17 or no?
Yeah, and the
Okay,
thing is, even
okay.
before then, me personally, I always tell everybody this, even in my 17 years in America,
Yes.
I was one of those ones that I was proud to be Nigerian.
Yes,
Like,
now.
I used to actually be the one that, there used to be these videos on YouTube, Crank That Niger Boy, all that, when the Nigerian Americans started being popular. Like,
Yes.
I would be the one bringing nice CDs to my school. Guy, have you heard this guy? What's
Have
this
you-
thing? Guy, what's this
yes.
thing? And all that. So for me personally, I was ready. But a
Yeah,
lot
probably
of my
Nigeria.
friends were not
But-
ready.
I don't know if your parents, for my own parents,
Mhm.
my parents always discouraged me from going to Nigeria. They were very negative about Nigeria, even though I've been going to Nigeria with them since I was 2.
Mm.
So if you're constantly getting discouraged, if my friends
That makes-
ask me
okay,
about
true.
Because
Nigeria,
I think that brings me to the question
Yes.
about security. So where's the role of security? I mean, we say there's no security in Nigeria, but you guys seem to just come and just be so free that you don't care about the complaint of lack of security in Nigeria. Haven't you noticed that?
I mean, to be
They
honest,
go out every other night.
I mean, if
They
you
don't
think
go with
about
escorts.
it,
They
if
don't
you
see
think
escorts.
about it, all of us live here already as it is. You know, it's not like all of us here are carrying mopo everywhere we go. You get, and even in America, to be honest, there's also a lot of, as much as the first world society, see how insecure it is there. In
yeah, it's very
I
insecure in America.
I tell people
actually.
sometimes, like, I actually feel, it sounds very stupid to say this, but it makes sense. Sometimes I feel safer being here than when
I
I'm
would
in
agree
America.
with that. I would
Because in
agree with
America
that.
now,
See?
in
I would
America
agree with
now,
that.
somebody, God forbid, but in America, you've seen it on the news where somebody can walk to a Walmart, a store, gun is
Just-
there.
Yes.
In Nigeria, I'm not saying
Crazy.
they don't have their own crazy here, because all of
But
us here
things
are
like
probably
that
seeing
don't
one crazy.
But it's
However,
very unlikely.
it's unlikely because it's either going to be, for something like that to happen, it's literally a terrorist organization.
Yes.
In America, it's somebody that was just in their house.
Who's
Whoa,
just upset.
I'm upset today.
I'm upset.
Crazy.
That's
Nigerians already start
scary.
running before
That
you
is
now know that
scary.
something is going on.
Yeah.
So we should also point out that those situations, they don't carry out usually in black neighborhoods because people in black neighborhoods have their guns. So if you want to shoot up grocery store in black neighborhood, they will shoot you back.
I think for all
But-
Nigerians' flaws, I think we are safer.
Yes, but what I'll say though is that I have to be honest, like me, like I said, I've been coming to Nigeria since I was 2, and Lagos, like, I'm actually a very scary person. Like, that's why I say my husband calls me soft touch, because anything I'll jump. And I think the reason that IJGB come here and they feel a little safer is because they know, they feel and know money can get them out of things.
Mm.
In America, money cannot get you out of something. If the police pull you over, they find weed. You're not supposed to have weed. That's the end.
I was
There's
about to
no
say
money
I was
you
about
can
to say
We're
get.
not meant to be saying
I was
that
about
on
to say,
air, but-
technically, it's still can in
No
America, but
wahala.
it's more heavy racks.
Well,
like,
but you
if you got
already
money,
have
money,
hit, you already
money,
have
money.
hit jail by the
Exactly.
time
Yeah,
that
fair,
that
fair,
happens.
Nigerians,
Yes,
you
the
can
money
avoid
will
it.
Ah.
exactly. So I
go
think
enter
that's the
jail first
difference.
before
Yeah,
you
you go
go.
inside jail
They
first.
will bail
before-
you out. But this one is not going to even come up for your car.
Exactly.
Oga, come there, say I'm not coming down.
Exactly.
How much?
Hey,
So
Leonard,
that's
no,
the
it's not for
difference.
everybody. Or everybody listen now.
if you
Money
don't
will
get
not
out,
always
don't
get
try
you
it.
out to the
Yes, money is
police.
not
So
for
all of you
everyone.
thinking, oh, it's money. Okay, watch. The day that man should say, you are bribing me.
Yes.
There's even one good policeman in
You
Nigeria.
are bribing me. Okay.
All right, cool. So, what do you think about IJGB's spending power? Do you think they have
Do more
compared
than
to
the
the locals?
By far now, you can't compare.
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
By far.
Us two,
I
we
can
can't
argue
compare.
that.
By far.
I can argue.
I don't think you can
I
actually.
You
can.
can't.
I can.
Are you sure
The thing
about
is,
that?
I
beg to
actually
differ.
understand where he's coming from in terms of look, we are boys that they spend here.
Boys.
However, men, sorry,
I
men,
want men.
men. Like, however, the reason I say, obviously, actually,
It
when
might
you
not
say
even
that,
be a
let me.
farmer.
Okay, if you look at it breaking down wise, like it depends who you're comparing them against.
Actually,
Because
I have
you
an
know how
answer
you
for
just
this,
said-
though. So go ahead.
You know how you said men. Now that's different because most of the IJGBs that we're talking about coming back are usually Gen Z, millennial, and
Yeah.
all that. So if we're comparing Gen Z and millennials from abroad to the ones here, then technically those ones have more spending power because
Yes.
Gen Z and millennials abroad, especially in America, a lot of them are making good money, which means they paid for their flights, which is, by the way, from America, like over $1,000. Then on top of that, they're still
2,000
buying.
at this rate. Tell the
They're
truth.
still buying Airbnb and all that.
Yeah.
They're not like us that they have car. They're still going to pay for taxi drive every day. These guys are literally paying for every single event. You know us, Connects Day. Like, how many events did I even pay for? You get what I'm saying? Like, Connects Day. You're still going to buy your drinks, at least the boys, sha. You go still buy your drinks. The girls are still
I wonder if
spending.
girls
The girls are
Well, that's why
spending,
I wanted to
but
point out.
the girls are spending, but obviously, what I mean is, you see how I broke it down. Like certain things they might not have to pay for if they find, like, you two, you know, now if you find that GGB girl, come, you don't have to spend again. Yeah, and you pay for your Airbnb, sha, but going out, you're good. So you see how they're spending. Us, on the other hand, guys have obviously saved money because all of us still spend, right? However, because we live here, depending on who you are, there's certain events you won't spend on, and in the end, you're already in your house. Now, if you're paying rent and all that, it's fair. But you can't compare. Now, the men-wise, no, men spend more here.
There's some boys that spend more than men.
Some men, even, in fact, what I just said about that, those men, don't forget, they're buying flight tickets for somebody.
For somebody.
Escort, driver,
So they also
Driver.
spend
every
they also spend equally
concert.
as
So
much.
that's
That's why I said.
Nigeria,
That's why I said men in Nigeria they are spending. So if you compare men abroad,
Let me
men
just
here,
understand that the men you are talking about are the same men that I'm thinking about.
You're talking
depends.
of boys. He's talking of men.
I'm talking of boys that spend more than men.
so you
get
explain
what I'm
explain what you.
I think he's
You're
talking
supposed to
of. He's
understand what I'm
talking of.
about. Supposed to understand.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not talking
but-
about men that have oil.
But G-boys.
He's talking about boys.
Oh.
That's why he said boys versus men.
Yeah.
but
men
but
get
let's
money.
but this is
Yeah,
no. Here's
boys
my
can get
problem.
money.
Here's my problem with that. Yeah, is that everybody keeps talking about that, but what percentage do they make of the people actually here? because it's socially very popular to talk about the G boys, Yahoo boys, and all that. But that's not the realistic life of most of people in Lagos.
It's not realistic, but I have to be honest with you. They are a huge part of Nigeria's economy.
Ask her how much.
Nightclubs
No, boys. No.
They are a huge
So what
part
I'm
of that
no.
economy.
So here's what I'm trying to say. Explain. Yes, there. I won't even say a huge part. Because if you really look at the grand scheme of things, where do G-boys spend most of their money? The club.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. That's not adding to the economy. Do you know what kind of real money is adding to the economy?
Adding to the economy.
It is,
Hold on,
but
wait,
it's not.
pause. Okay, I have a question before you can. What else is there to do in Lagos? Like genuinely, like leisure, fun, apart from nightlife.
No, don't get. So hear me what I'm trying to say. I'm in nightlife, so me, I know how much I bring into the country. But then again, what I'm trying to say is to the overall economy, it is still a small percentage of what money is actually being pumped in. And let's be honest, these boys are only going out every weekend. And even the ones that don't go out every weekend, that means you're going out every other weekend. Okay, for example, now, from January to March now, you know the streets are going to be cold.
Yeah.
The streets are going to be cold.
Not really cold. Let's just say January.
Cold? No, they're cold. Because guess what? January, everybody's recovering. February is election. March is still election going into swearing in, which means the streets are going to be cold.
True.
From there, and even on a natural time, that's usually cold in terms of if you compare the rest of the numbers. It's usually from April, May, everybody starts coming out. But guess what? Once April, May finish, June, thank you. June, July, from June all the way to freaking
September.
August, September, raining season.
Rain comes.
That's why I said, they contribute. But if you look at the bigger scale of things, how about we have things really pumping money, you know? Like those boys.
Maybe we should put it to a particular.
Because for you to say G boys are like that, that means every one out of like 4 boys, 3 boys, they do Yahoo.
Okay, so let me agree with you, but let's put a particular time of the year.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're not.
Oh wow, maybe I'm in the wrong circle.
I think you're limited on
my circles.
Okay, you know what?
My circles are clean. So
Okay, you know what? Let's put it to a particular part of the year. Maybe let's say holidays. Maybe the margin is huge for that.
Okay, so like December time now.
Not just December. Let's just say April, Easter. Which other one? Christmas. Children's Day. Which other holidays do we have? June 12, October 1st. Times that they come home. We can say, okay, let's give it to diasporans. But we have regulars. Who are your regulars? They're locals, aren't they?
Yeah.
So we win.
I was about to say locals always win by far.
Yep.
So anyway, me, I like diasporans. If locals are for me, I like diasporans because they just have this vibe about it. I like watching, I like seeing the drama. Sometimes I'll just stand in the club, I won't do anything. I'll just be looking at the way they are vibing. They know their piano moves, and me, I don't have to dance on my piano to save my life. So
locals can't dance with
We need to get him a table, Michael, because this
when it comes to
one.
the spending power, so this is what I think. I think obviously diasporans are bringing in foreign currency, which is
Yes.
obviously higher than our currency, right? But they don't spend as much as the locals will spend. Do you get? Like the locals would go out and buy all the bottles because they are used to that culture, but the diasporans will not really buy the 5 Azuls or the 10 bottles of this.
She might be right.
I mean, you make a valid point because even culture, like you said, culture-wise, there's also that pride we have about. We go
We're
buy
not
all
a
these
bottle.
bottles.
America's not a bottle culture.
Exactly,
like to get one bottle, you know how much to get one bottle.
I don't know.
Last time I bought a bottle in a club, it was like $500 for one bottle, and it was like.
Do you remember the name?
I want to say it was a bottle of Hennessy. I'm almost positive that is not the price.
No,
now.
you do know what's funny?
I'm almost positive that's not the price now.
If you calculate that in Naira.
Yes.
That is way like a Hennessy is actually cheaper.
It's actually going to
here.
seem. Yeah, that's what I was just
It's
like.
actually cheaper here.
$500 low key.
What's
I'm
right?
not spending $500 for a
Wait.
bottle. However,
Yeah,
in Naira, how many times have we done it?
Hennessy? There's
Hennessy, regular
VS,
Hennessy, not even.
No, VS.
I don't. Yeah, I think it was VS.
Please,
Go on,
please.
baby.
No, my God,
What I just calculated cannot be.
That's why I said I can almost be positive. Like that was some years ago. Actually, no. Actually, 2 years ago I bought a bottle. It was a tequila. Wasn't Azul. It was tequila and Hennessy, and it was both of them together with the section was like $1,200.
So for people that are
Dollars.
watching, $500 is about $350K. So
At what rates?
natural rates. Natural rates.
Natural rates.
So for example,
Expensive
it's
for a
expensive.
regular bottle.
However, it depends what you said. What bottle was it? Hennessy.
So let's
No,
use
the 500.
let's use the recent. No, let's use the recent one because that one that was
No.
that was a long time
to
ago.
make it easier.
It was around like $500-$600 for Hennessy.
And also Hennessy.
Hennessy.
So,
yes.
like she was now saying, because that's what the point she was bringing up
Yeah,
about
which
was it
Hennessy?
Hennessy or Hennessy VSOP? Because that price, me personally, I'm not spending. Obviously, I can with the hard work we'll put in.
Yes.
No. So that's what you want to do. But God is good.
No money
So,
big ground. No.
God is good. So what I'm saying is that to some Americans listening to this now, when they listen to this, it's like they say $500. Oh, that's nothing. Me, I'm coming as a Nigerian. If I travel out, that I'm like, well, 500 for a table like that.
Yeah.
However, in Lagos, it's like, okay, that's a bottle. Yeah, I'm gonna split some. Now, like it's weird how. It's weird how like the same amount, but if you hear them in different currencies, can already make you start calculating.
So you're saying in Nigeria that's expensive?
No,
350.
It's 350K. So if you're building
for a regular Hennessy bottle.
Because the EXO is like 350.
Okay, because I always see people get the
Because if you want to
Martels.
do a competition now, sorry.
No, you're
if
fine.
you want to do a competition now between these boys, I'm not even saying the men. The men are more responsible.
Yeah,
boys are reckless. They don't respect you. Like if you want to bring your I just go back and you are doing this table, they will show you. They will let you know why.
Why won't they show you?
So
I don't think
so,
I will.
So
I
when
don't
is that
think
buying?
if-
Have you seen any dance brand competing with the locals?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, they do.
As they are bringing it there.
I've
the
seen
club,
it.
right?
Yeah, I've seen it too. I've seen
Maybe
it
it's
too
tech
now.
money.
I'm dead.
Well, tech money is like, it's long.
There's money in America.
It's not tech
stupid
money.
Medical
The
money.
thing is, there's stupid
Doctors
money in
earn
America
a
from
lot.
everybody in America. Not everybody. Let me rephrase my
Doctors
words.
would likely not spend money on bottles. That's not
There's
like
people
that.
in America
That's
that are
not-
entrepreneurs that are making stupid money. People that work 9 to 5 making stupid money.
Yeah.
By the time you
Fair enough.
calculate it now, I was like, wait, this is it. Like, to be honest, look at what we just said now. $500 is $350K, right? Which means if you add another 500 now, that means that's 700K. Which means that's only 1,000.
Only
That's
1,000.
nothing. That's 750 already now. Okay, add one more 350. Okay, we reached 1 mil. Okay, that means another 1.5. That's still nothing to a lot of
Is there no
Americans.
sense of responsibility coming from them?
No, there is, but what I'm saying is they can spend, like how you were just saying, if they compete with the boys, by the time it reaches 1 M now or something, even if
Boys
you
are
have
just starting.
boys are just starting, but they'll still look, in the end, they're still making Naira, even with their stuff.
I get
Yeah.
These guys, that's why I said 1.5, if you actually dip it to a lot of, at least Americans that are doing well in a certain demographic, almost nothing.
I mean, 1.5 in Naira, that's what they make in 1 week.
These guys, right?
And I'm just being
true.
honest.
No,
That's what they
she
make.
said diaspora.
Yeah, diaspora. That's what they're making in 1 week.
Legally.
And that's legal. Yes, that's the key.
Okay, so it's a side hustle still there again.
Yes, even side hustle you
Even
collect.
side hustle,
Even
you
side
still
hustle you
collect
collect 1.5 Naira.
God.
Like so,
Okay.
it's just not the same. It's just not the same.
Okay, so we'll give this round.
But at the same time, what you also have to keep in mind is that is 1 month of them spending like that. They would never spend like that
continuously.
January to
Because
November in America.
Bills, and that's
You
why I
have
say you
real
can't be
bills.
compared to the boys now. Because if boys are doing
Because
that,
boys
all
are
year,
collecting
responsibility,
dollars,
no
so they're
different.
Even
collecting
the
pounds.
rents that these boys are paying is some people's monthly rents. Some people's annual rents that they're paying these boys
True.
is someone's monthly rents
True.
back in America.
Yeah, they just
So,
lodge in Chevron.
It's just
or
not,
they're
so it's
and they're
not the
paying every week. So
same.
money
It's just
dey.
not the same now.
I feel you. So we win. Okay, so let's talk about this I just got back mentality. Like, do you feel like some people overdo it?
I'm faking it.
Faking it? I mean, we know they have the accent. So is that English correct? Is it accent or accent? Accent. I got it. Okay, good. So we know they have the accents, right, from living there for a long time, but they didn't just get back. You know, they got back like 4 years ago.
You said it, they really just got back.
You know, they got back like 4 years ago, but
So
they
they'll
will
be
still enter
back.
the club and
Be
see,
here for a minute.
oh yeah, just go back. Like, you know, things like that. Like,
I say
is it-
there's a rule, Omo. If you've won, there are different rules. One, if you're somebody that's been to Nigeria twice now, you've done 2 dirty Decembers, that I just got back is done.
Please,
Like,
end
please,
it.
we've seen you already.
End
Like,
it.
No,
it's
we've seen
over.
it
Like,
already.
you've been here twice. We get it. You are live abroad, but look, you've been here twice. That's one. 2, if you've lived in Lagos more than 2 years, year 1 will give you that, okay, just move back. But after year 2, you're one of us.
So do I count or I don't count?
If you are-
no, but you don't count again.
anything.
So are you
He
saying
just-
the IJGB tag is for just those that come?
I feel like
once in 5 years?
now it should really be for the ones that either come for the first time, you've come once every 5 years or something, like once every 3-4 years.
So
but if you're somebody
because-
that comes regular, if you're somebody that's come regularly, like, I came like 3 times this year. Yo, you're Nigerian in the end. It's not like that's the annoying part. You're saying I just got back, but you are still Nigerian and you still come regularly. I bet you're one of us that you just have access. No, they just have access at this point.
That's the man go and call me.
You just have access. How many Nigerians do back and forth now? So you two, you're part of them.
Do you think they do that because it's a cheat code? Like they use it to enter places that locals might not.
Where? Enter where?
I know there's just this sense of.
I don't know anything about
I've
it.
never known any. As someone who's like American,
Is it not like a bragging right?
There's no bragging right to
IJGB
come
has
here
never
and say you're
helped me
America.
enter anywhere. It's more of you're from Lagos, my nigga.
Exactly.
If anything, if you're an IJGB, be like this foreigner.
Are you
There's
serious?
no privilege for a foreigner.
I'm sure there's no privilege
Exactly. There's
for
no
Name the privilege.
Okay, you tell me where you feel IJGB.
That's what I said now.
Are you sure it's just? I feel like there
I'm
are
a
places
foreigner. Name where I can have privilege.
But you
There's
know,
nowhere.
locals admire. I just got back.
So it's just the admiration.
They admire our money.
I feel like the admirations can spill over to like other favors, like
what? Be nice.
Sit down. I know. There should be some clubs where, if you are regulars or locals,
They don't care.
You just like, okay, this table is reserved, but if you're IJGB, like,
It's the
this guy
money.
just go back.
Sorry.
Let's give them.
the same W, the same W bar that if the same W bar that if you have an RSVP.
I respect.
Hold on. The same W bar if you have a reservation for that night. If one of the boys pulls up behind you and says, "I have 5, 10, 15, 20 million to spend tonight," your reservation is irrelevant. Who are you, foreigner?
I'm even laughing at her right now because even she's proving she said what she's saying is exactly right.
It's
Because
the
she's saying
truth.
my reservation call. My friend, I go buy like how many bottles?
Exactly.
Sir, come to sir.
Exactly.
Reservation.
Who's with you?
So it doesn't
Make
have to
sure
be that
that you're
just go
following
back.
behind
Oh,
closely.
nobody cares about. To be
Nobody
honest,
cares
let me
about
be honest.
that.
IJG, the whole I just got back thing is played out. Let me be very honest with you. All this, see, you're all like casted.
So don't be cruise now.
Like you're all casted.
don't cast.
Nobody, wait, because really and truly, at this point, 2023, which one of us, even those that have never left Nigeria, who hasn't seen accents? Who hasn't seen? Do you know how many local boys have never left this country? And the amount of IJGB base they've had. Like at this point, it's no. Even girls.
English
Wait. No, wait, sorry. Let me rephrase that.
That
Even
they've met,
let me rephrase.
right? Met.
Even the girls, the amount of girls that are homegrown babes that live here throughout, the amount of IJGB. In fact, they'll have more international connects than some of these IJGBs that live abroad. That is what I'm saying. Like it's played out. Like nobody cares anymore. In fact, what's annoying is watch. Even on TikTok now. If you go on TikTok now, you see everybody. Oh, look at I just got back Lagos review and all that. All of us like, ugh. This is not the same.
So what's the new thing then? Since IJGB is done, because at the end of the day,
It's still there in terms of like, okay, for a guy now, and even for some girls, I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but for guys now, obviously, even when we still see IJGB women, where some of them will still look like, oh, okay, because like I said, it's just a new girl. It's like anywhere you go in a society, you see something new, you're like, oh, wow, okay, you can tell she's not from here. But the whole accents, I live in America and England, we don't care.
How about IJGB guys? Are they as fresh as ladies?
I married a village
the black
boy.
No,
let's just
imagine. Let's imagine you're single. Let's imagine you're single.
No, I'm hearing you.
She can't imagine.
She can't imagine. That's how you
Okay, no, let's ask Lami B.
That's how you put people in trouble now.
I want to-
Just imagine.
No. I want to answer. So.
Are they as fresh as it goes?
So what I want to say is like, to be honest, like, I never.
See one sitting beside you.
I'm a
Michael's a fresh
from
guy.
Lagos.
Now. I have
I'm from
plenty girls to
Lagos.
sell. To sell him to. I have plenty
Don't sell-
girls.
I'm not
Michael
looking.
is sold already.
I'm not looking. Please, I'm focused on my work and the Lord. Please.
Oh,
And the Lord, right?
the Lord is focused on your wife.
I'm not looking.
Okay.
No, but
If she
I mean,
finds me, that's fine.
IJGB guys.
But you should look.
But she finds me.
IJGB guys are just like, I mean,
Don't lie. They are fresh.
nice. So
They have
this
the- they have the
is so. You know
clean
what's
cord, they
funny?
have the
You know
beard
what's
gangs,
funny? We
they
actually
always-
had a conversation with some girls here in Nigeria about who's better, like Nigerian local boys or IJG like diaspora.
For real?
Yes,
That was an
recently.
actual argument.
It wasn't. It was just like who's better, and everyone actually said Nigerian guys are better.
Hey!
So
What for
Me.
home?
We
I will say Nigerian, not because I married a Nigerian guy, but because actually I wasn't having a great dating experience in America. Nigerian
serious?
or
Also-
Black
Hey,
American.
God,
I wanna-
Nigeria boys don't follow
I
our
can
hand.
say-
Naija boys will collect on IJGB babe.
Hey,
I wanna-
That's easy.
Nigeria
I wanna
boys
say
for
a
America.
sto- I'm
What
only-
do they do?
I'm going to say one story just because it's not my podcast. Shout out to Menisms, by the way. But I can say this story because if it was Menisms, I'll be too casted. So there was, I won't say what Christmas. It was a Christmas that an IJGB girl came. And she had a man, or let's say a guy she was seeing that was Black American now. They came on the trip now. But he came with another group now. So she came with her friends.
Was this at Sunday at Ilashe?
No.
Does your boyfriend know you're
No,
there?
we will not put
That's where it
Sunday.
started from.
No, it was not Sunday last year. It's a good family-oriented party. If you want to come and
Family-oriented
enjoy
what?
yourself. And for single people, but family. Anyways. So, like I said, long story short, me and her had been talking like on Instagram, but we were like cool and all that. But then she already told me like, hey, she's seeing this guy, but they're both going to come in December. I'm like, hey, that's no problem. Like, me and her can still be cool because she was cool people. But very fine girl. Fair. Long story short, she was having a horrible experience with this guy here. Like, the guy was just moving funny, wasn't treating her right, all that.
Nigeria boy.
No, Yankee boy. And not,
But
like,
black.
wait, Niger Yankee boy, actually.
Yeah.
Niger Yankee boy, that's what I meant to say. So he was just moving funny, ain't treating her right, all that. And yeah, I'm like, you see the snaps. I'm like, I thought you're having a good time. She's like, nah, it's been horrible. I said, well.
Oh, man.
I was like, you know what? Like, why don't you just come out with me?
Let me give you a good time.
Exactly. And she's like, you know what? I need a break. Why not? Well, we had the best. She had the most. She's like, I've not had this much fun since I've been
Hey,
here.
that's where they start. Now from clap dance they start. You
To be
understand?
fair, if
You know that
From
adage.
there,
You
so
know that
from
adage.
there, at
Now
that point,
from clap dance they start.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah,
So
continue.
at that point now, like she had the best time. So we're talking the next day. So at that point, I'm like, you know what? Like, do you want to stay on the island for the weekend? Because it happened to be the weekend. And then she was staying on the mainland. In fact, the guy put her in one Airbnb in Suliri. I said, what?
it's Surulere.
I'm like,
Please don't
Uncle.
downplay. Don't.
no, not
don't
even.
feel
Look,
like
hey,
that.
shout out to
Down
Suliri.
Suliri.
Look, shout
I
out
like
to Suliri. I used to live in
Suliri.
Suliri, so shout out to Suliri.
I
But
like
what I'm
all
just
of
saying
that.
is, you're putting an IJGB, like this is a
All the
like,
way on
all the way in
mainland.
mainland, like Abba. So at that point, I'm like, you know what? Why don't you come stay on the island? Like,
Hey
I'll get your
God, I'm
spot. and all that.
offended. Are you saying that IJGB people are not worthy? Or men are not worthy to? You know what? Just go on with your
No,
story.
anyway, but so at the point, I'm like, you know what? Let me put you in the spot for the weekend. Like, let's go out again and all that. So I got her little spot. I
Hey,
don't
see,
know.
my very on brand.
This is not on brand. Please, if anybody should hit me up, I beg.
So
This was a
what
rare
happened?
occasion. She was a friend first.
What happened?
See the difference? No, got her spot. She had the best time, and then she broke up with the guy because.
Hey, Michael, you
Hey,
did
yes,
no,
Michael,
Michael
you
is
do this
still
one.
single.
Now, can I say
Michael,
something?
Michael is still
one.
single.
Can I say something?
Michael is single.
Notice how I did.
This
It
girl
wasn't
did not
her.
collect.
Mind you, it wasn't her boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
She was just seeing the guy.
But
So-
you made it happen.
But
Michael,
she,
you
but
did
guess
this
what?
one.
But you know the funny thing. This is how I knew American girls or IGGB girls are also different because it's not like me. I'm seeing it from my side of the story. But this girl was the one taking the lead. I can't even like me. I did my own part.
She
But
was
she's
calling
like,
the shots. She
she's
was
like, man, forget the guy and all that. Like, look, I'm about to enjoy myself. Okay. Well. My own is just like this. Okay. Well. Would you like to stay on the island? Yeah. I'm gonna stay with you. Like, don't worry about him and all that. Okay. Well. You see the difference? You see the
are still
difference?
to blame.
I was like, okay. Even me, I
He
asked,
shot
are you still with him? No, don't. She said, I'll never forget this. Yo, so like, you're doing so she's like, don't worry about him. Okay.
Don't worry
End of
about
discussion.
him.
That was it.
Do you have
Keyword,
anyone? Somebody
don't
has
worry
something not to
about
wear.
him.
You're still wearing. Why are you wearing?
But they didn't come
What's the
together.
way,
did they?
Eh?
They didn't come together.
He's single
No.
now. Focus.
met.
He's single.
I'm sure single.
Michael, you have lots of adventures.
You know,
Like,
thank
Plenty.
God.
You know-
Life has been good.
but that's you said that you pay me. Oh.
Why?
I know IJGB people down on the mainland.
Oh my God. You're
That's
making
because,
no.
okay, see, those
You're missing
IJGB.
the
Because me, I
point.
read
This
it.
girl has never been to Nigeria.
Yeah.
And the
Oh.
first place
The
you are
first
putting her
experience
is
Is in
that
Suliri.
mainland, yeah.
You have to put out
And it
your
wasn't like it was the best. At least Suliri is a nice area, but it wasn't like the best. She even said it herself. She was telling me like it wasn't the best apartment. Like the guy wasn't just doing her right. So even me, I'm just like It's not like you have to stay, but at least somewhere your first time. And the funny thing is,
Where did you put her up at?
don't worry about that.
I know the
Don't worry
place.
about it. Don't worry about it.
I know
No,
the
but
place.
the funny thing is, this
Chevron.
girl, like, she even was trying to stay there to, like, try and be nice to the guy and all that. Because this girl has, like I said, I said,
Yes.
yo, this girl has her own house in America. How's that?
Yeah,
No, the
yeah.
girl has bar. So I don't even need to be stunting. If she wants to go and stay in
that guy no
Intercontinental,
try.
she fit do. You get, but it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, as a dude, like, let me make sure you enjoy it because you're in my city and my friend too. That's how it was. That's it.
So when has she been back again since then? Do you keep in touch?
Yeah, we keep in touch. We're good friends.
We'll talk about that more after.
I like that you gave her a very good experience, and hope you ended on a good note.
No, it was a good batch. She enjoyed herself.
Then she has good things to say about
Nigerian guys give good
Nigerian guys.
experiences. Like that's how I met my husband.
Ah,
now,
God,
so.
see.
Yeah, see,
It's the
you see,
same.
testimony, see.
He took me out.
God,
And
when?
he even when he wanted to get me a hotel, I said, "Don't worry about
Where
it."
do you meet him?
I actually met him in the village, and I still had a good time.
You met
But
him?
but he lived in Lagos though. We're Igbos. We go to the
you
East.
met okay.
So you actually met, wow, what a love story.
Yeah, no,
a true Igbo love story.
We're really Igbo people, so you go to the
A
East.
true Igbo
Yes,
love story.
yeah.
True
Igbo.
Igbo. I was thinking it was. Yeah,
But I actually had never been to Lagos until I met him. I actually always went to the East when I came to Nigeria.
Oh.
So it wasn't until I met him that I started hanging out in Lagos, partying in Lagos. My friends who would come back be like, hey, you're in Lagos. Like, but that's how I actually started
Wow.
partying in Lagos. So you'd be surprised. A lot of Igbo people never touch Lagos. They go straight to Owerri.
Speaking about
True,
going to the
life
East,
they
a
do.
lot of Igbos go to the East in December, but there's still traffic. Why? Is it the diaspora? Is it the IJGB?
It's diaspora,
Because I always feel like, when the Igbo people go, the traffic is less and everything.
diaspora.
We are free, but
we need to
it
blame
doesn't
traffic.
change.
Anything holiday. And
So
there's traffic,
actually,
it's
because of
diaspora.
security, like you mentioned before, like actually a lot of Igbos are not going to the East nowadays. So
strange.
hopefully
Unless
that will
by
change.
flight.
I'm just gonna
Unless
say
by
this right
flights,
now.
yeah.
Somehow, somewhere, I don't know how God will do it, but in the next year or two, I'm going to the East.
Why?
I
You
want
have,
to.
like, a
I
preference?
literally just want to go.
Or you just
I
want
see
to
it.
come hang with the
Maybe
Igbos.
I
like
literally,
a
me, I
week-
like Igbo
a
people.
week,
I
2
just,
weeks.
I've seen all those mansions. I've seen it. Like, I must see it with my own eyes one time. So, in the next year or two, if you want to invite me, I'm open.
No wahala, you can come stay at my house.
Guys, this has been a very, very fun episode. We talked about diasporans and I say I have a bone to pick, but we can't finish picking them on this episode.
I want to know the bone really quickly.
Let
Let us break the bone.
You guys, like, this is personal to me, but I'll keep it to myself because it happened twice, but it's fine. We'll make our own money. We'll make more money.
Amen.
So we'll-
No wahala.
So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you can get more content from Pirate Radio. This is Night Owl Podcast, and I'm Ade Praise and
I'm a B.
Micheal.
Ngozi.
Shout out Sunday Lashe family.
Thank you so much.
Bye.